welcome to more Gran Turismo 6 Quick Match Specialtatin. Today we have a big field, big racing, and all that kind of shuts and things and shuts and all that good and right yonder. And well, yeah, y'all seen some big fields before, but one of the good things about quick matches is even though the field itself ain't necessarily any different than it is a lot of the times, meaning that it's big, it consists of completely different drivers. GT Sport has you matched up with relatively the same driver. GT6 is completely random, which is kind of a bad thing, but for entertainment purposes, it's a good thing right yonder. And well, it's definitely a good thing for the lead right yonder, because, well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cars in a battle. Not quite everybody, but still quite a few. And, well, the penalty system, you can send that one is already rearing its ugly head. But for quite a few of the races, they're pretty caught picking good right yonder. That might very well end up being side by side, quicker than lickety split, I'd have to say so myself. And E-Spirit or S-Spirit, or however you say that Lotus is putting up a good fight right yonder. But, yeah, you got a jixture on you. You can't do too much around the turns. Those handle better. And especially when the jixture seems to be kind of sort of dirty. Yeah, you're kind of just out of luck there. Just wait for the straightaway or hope for a mistake is about the only chance for the E-Spirit. And, yeah, the straightaway ain't coming necessarily all that quick. There's still 2 more turns to go. 1 more turn to go. And, well, maybe it might have a chance now. Or not. Well, that NSX came up quicker than lickety split there, but let's see if any battles are shaping up in the front there. Yep, some battles are shaping up in the front there. Jiminy Cricket, that's a good and a half right yonder. And that's between an Elise and a ZZ2, which are 2 sort of the second tier car. They ain't quite like the NSX or the GSX, but I'd say they're probably about second fastest or tied there for it. First tied would be a NSX and GSX, as I said. I'd say the 2 second fastest cars would probably be the Elise and the ZZ2, and as of now, the Elise won that battle, but that ZZ2 ain't too far back right yonder, but it does have to go for a Ram, because that Ram is a little bit faster on the straight. Let's see if the Ram can end up doing anything with the Elise, though. In theory, that Elise would handle a whole heck of a heap better than the Ram, but in reality, we'll just have to see, folks. As of now, that Ram was actually on the high line there and still handled pretty cotton picking good, though, so that Ram might actually end up having a chance to catch the Elise, though. We'll just have to see. As of now, though, that Elise has a full rearview mirror right now, so it's going to pretty much have to be no mistakes in order to stay ahead of the Ram there. And it seems like everybody's racing clean, but racing clean doesn't necessarily mean racing consistent. With this being different drivers every race, you don't really know how drivers are going to react in certain situations. So there could be some inconsistent wrecks that end up happening at some point or another. So you kind of just have to either A, run your own lines, or B, try to make different lines to not mess anyone up. And well, the Ram did exactly that, and it kind of sort of worked. The Ram took a line nobody else dared to take there, the hill line, and well, nobody got downright wrecked from that, and the Ram actually gained the spot from that, but that probably slowed everyone down in general. If the Ram would have taken any different lines there, though, it probably would have just ended in a wreck. So I guess that ended up the best of a bad situation there, but it still was not the best situation, even though it did turn out not as bad as it probably could have. But nonetheless, it's still a pretty complicated good race for second there. First is gone and a half, but second can still go to anybody pretty much, or at least anybody on camera right now probably still has a good chance. It's only a little bit over halfway through this lap. This is the last lap, but it's still pretty picking good chunk of racing left to go where anything could have happened. And as I said before, in theory, that Elise should handle better than the Ram, so it might be to catch the Ram. But it has to make sure it doesn't get caught by that ZZ2 who's there at the beginning, messed up, and is back now again. says Easy 2 is probably going to want to get around there so it can show its dominance there, even though with the early mistake, it can still race. And he might be able to get past them because it's right on the Lisa's back bumper there. Let's see if it can. I don't know, folks. I don't think the Lisa's going to catch the Ram. I think that ZZ2 did indeed get by the Lisa. That was borderline cutting the track there, but given that you're allowed to do that, I mean, it's kind of hard to say whether you should or shouldn't do that. The game allows you to do that with no penalties, but it is kind of cutting the track in a way, but I guess not in a way that the game deems it as cutting the track. So, it's kind of hard to make a verdict on whether that should or shouldn't be allowed because the game didn't really make a verdict on it either. But nonetheless, the ZZ2 got around, but couldn't quite catch the Ram, who had no chance of catching the GSX. But a pickup truck finishing in second in a big field ain't necessarily too bad, though. And there was good battles across the board, so you can't really complain too much about that. Really, this whole pack in general stayed close the whole race. And really, nobody was too far off any other drivers all that much either. It stayed pretty caught and picking good all around for the most part, between really quite a few drivers. Even in the back of the pack, stayed relatively close. And that's pretty caught and picking cool close when the whole field can stay close. And for the most part, that's what happened there. And, well, what happened there was a pretty caught and big good race. I hope you all enjoyed. And there will be more racing in the future. Yeehaw!